All right, this is the moment you have all been waiting for. If you know me or follow my Instagram or anything, you probably know that this is like you'll probably see this and be like, "This is stupid. Like, what the fuck?" But I have finally, at least for now, completed my battle vest. Let me show it here. Voila! There's the front. And then there's the back here, and I'll go over it. But yeah, there's the back there. Yup. So yeah, let me just go over it. But first, I'll give a little bit of history here. So I wanted to get a battle jacket in like 2018-ish. Yeah, I saw like J-Hoff Films, Chris had one, and I was like, wow, that looks really cool. And I just kind of started seeing more and more of them around at like concerts and things, and I was like, I think that would be a really cool idea. Like, that sounds really awesome. I actually debuted it in 2018, seeing Slayer on their final tour. It wasn't complete, but I had like the back patch, and then I had a couple on the front here, and it's just been gradually being added and shifted and everything else ever since. So yeah, this is about what, 18, 19, 20, I'm horrible at math, but it's about 3 years in the making here, and I think it's finally reached the point where I'm really happy with it, and I think it's pretty much done. So yeah, let's just get right into it, and we'll start with the front because I kind of started with the front. So I didn't sew any of these because I'm fucking horrible as shit at sewing, and not to sound like a dweeb or anything, but my mom was like, "Look, I know how to do it. I can help you out." So she did it, and it was quite nice of her because she's so good at sewing, and I'm fucking not at all. So I was like, "Oh, thank you," but yeah, it was kind of nice to get a second opinion too, to be like, "Oh, this placement looks kind of bad," and whatever. So yeah, so she helped me with that, and yeah, so here we go. So first of all, the actual vest itself is a biker vest that my dad ordered online for me for like my birthday or something, because I was like, "Hey, I'm interested in doing this," and he's like, "Oh, this looks like a cool vest." I was like, "Yeah, let's do it black," and then it's got little roping on the, or whatever, loops on the side there, which kind of sucks because I can't put more patches on the side here, but I think it really it's really more durable and quite unique compared to a lot of other stuff. But yeah, we'll just start with my very first stuff here. So first off, we have this Deadpool one here. For those of you who don't know, I'm a big comic fan, and I got the Deadpool Collector Corpse box one year for my birthday, and it came with this patch, so that was like something I was like, oh, I wonder what I could put that on, and this battle vest stuff started coming around, so I was like, ooh, this kind of sounds like a good idea. So that was technically the first one, and so was this one. I got this back in the day before Marilyn Manson was kind of, ousted out or whatever. I listened to Marilyn Manson almost exclusively for like 3 years straight when I was like 12 to 15. So anyway, I ordered like a tour book from 2000 for the Hollywood tour, the Guns, God, and Government tour, and the guy that was selling it, he was sending these little 1997 official Winterland patches with it, so I decided to sew that on there. I thought that would be a cool little thing. And yeah, I mean, for me personally, I just separate art from artist for almost everything. I feel like if I really got into it, I would just hate everybody. So I just kind of always have done that as a blanketed term. Even before this accusations, lawsuit stuff came out against Manson, there was a few things where I was just really not a fan of, especially like his drug use and whatever. But I was like, you know what, I like the music, this, that, and the other, so we'll just stick with it. So that's one Manson patch. I have another one, but we'll talk about that in a second. And I guess I should probably come up here. Yeah, I can't really do it in order, so yeah, we'll just keep going. So the Ozzy Osbourne patch, just the classic logo, I got that on his 2018 No More Tours Volume 2. So at the Pepsi Center at the Denver show. So I got that one, and I have another one I'll show in a second. So that's on there. Obviously Ozzy. Same with Manson. I just kind of got into him really early on, and I just listened to Diary of a Madman and like Breaking All the Rules on fucking repeat. And yeah, you know, it was a cool show. Cool to get a patch, and it holds up pretty well. Looks pretty cool. So we have the new Death logo here, and I think I ordered this on Amazon. Like, this was one of the first patches I owned, and I was like, oh, I gotta get a small Death patch with the new logo. So that's what I did. I got a new Death patch logo. I ordered it off of Amazon. It came with some like Black Sabbath one or some shit too. And yeah, I just was like, yeah, you know, that's like at the time I was like, oh, these are my two favorite bands plus Deadpool, like all this shit, like it's kind of like it's on the left breast pocket, so I was like, oh, you know, it's like close to my heart, my roots and shit. So that's kind of why I got it there. But yeah, the new Death logo, obviously, you know, I think it's just so cool. You know, it just has the scythe, like there's just, and that's it. It's fucking cool. Moving on, this one was a somewhat of pretty early edition because I got it in 2018 on the Twins of Evil tour with Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson, and I was like, I gotta get a Rob Zombie patch. And you know, Rob Zombie is not an artist I listen to nearly as much anymore, but I think it's just such a cool patch. And you know, I know enough about him. I listen to him often enough where I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind representing him. But yeah, it's fucking cool as shit. You know, it's just a really cool patch. So I'm really glad I have that one. Moving on, I got like a lot of patches that I got was just in like one little buying, like the early ones, it was in like this one little buying spree, I guess, at Chain Reaction Records in downtown Denver. And I was like, I need a Metallica one, I needed this, I needed that, and I just so happened to find like all the shit I wanted that one day at the shop. And I was like, well, I kind of want an old school Metallica thing, and I kind of wanted to Kill 'Em All, but we have the Metal Up Your Ass here. And I was like, you know what? I can dig it. I really like that one. And Kill 'Em All, early Metallica is kind of like my favorite. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. Moving on, this one is not a band, obviously. It's just some artwork of Nosferatu, you know, the 1922 horror film. I got it for my birthday, like my 18th birthday from my first girlfriend. She bought it somewhere and was like, oh, you know, you like Nosferatu so much, so maybe you could put this on your jacket. And I was like, oh, yeah, cool, thanks. So yep, that's on there. Yeah, big Nosferatu fan, big old school horror movie fan, so I'm glad I can represent that. Obviously, lots of people into metal also like horror movies, so kind of works out. Moving on, ordered this online from, a lot of these are from eBay, Cult Patches 666. They make a lot of cool patches. And I was like, I was kind of skeptical about how I felt about Cannibal Corpse, but after I saw them live for the first time, I was like, I need to get a patch, don't I? And this one is just really cool. It's got the little baby on there. It's got the old school logo, and it's in a coffin. And I was like, that's fucking sick as shit. It's just a cool little patch. Yeah, really like it. As time goes on, Cannibal Corpse has grown to be one of my favorite bands, and I kind of wish, like, man, I should have got a bigger one or this or that or whatever. But it's just such a cool one that, yeah, you know, no complaints. It's just a really cool patch. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on. These are kind of, once again, kind of got them with the Metallica one. This just, Megadeth one fit perfectly in here. And Megadeth, I do love them, but they're not, like, a huge band for me. So I was like, I just need a little tiny one. And sure enough, this one fit just fine. And then this space was missing, and I ordered this purple Black Sabbath logo from Master of Reality just with the new Death logo off of Amazon or whatever. And it just fit right on in there, and I was like, cool, you know, we got Megadeth, we got Sabbath represented. Yeah, you know, they fit, they work out. So that was kind of convenient. Now to the other side of the front. For those of you who have seen it in the past, this used to be an Exodus logo, but as time has gone on, I've just realized that I'm not as into Exodus as I thought I was going to be. I love Bonded by Blood. But, you know, I just listened to it, and I'm like, you know, this is not one of my favorite bands in the world. You know, I have a couple of shirts, I have most of their CDs, but, you know, it's just like, I just like other bands more, so I decided to go with the Typo Negative Vinland flag. I thought that would fit really well, and I kind of wanted something a little bit different. You kind of have to look at it and be like, what is that from? It's not really a logo or anything, it's just kind of a made-up flag, and you kind of have to know Typo Negative to really understand what it is. So, yeah, I really like it. It fits in well with the rest of the jacket, and yeah. Moving on, I got this one before I got the vest, and that is Chelsea Wolfe patch. Yeah, obviously love Chelsea Wolfe. Not necessarily metal per se, but that doesn't mean I don't absolutely love her and her music. So yeah, I just watched Anthony Fantano a lot in like 2017, and he was talking about like his favorite tracks of the week, and he was talking about 16 Psyche by Chelsea Wolfe, and he was like, horrifying album cover, and he showed the His Spun cover, and I was like, oh, that looks really interesting. I gotta check it out, and I listened to it, and it fucking blew my mind, and I pre-ordered like the biggest fucking deluxe box set, whatever the fuck, from Chelsea Wolfe before I even heard like any other song, and it came with this patch and a shirt and all kinds of shit, and yeah, really love it. It came with another patch, but my brother has it, so hopefully he'll use it for something. But yeah, one of my older patches, really love it. I got this Anthrax one in that little buying spree thing. This was a pain in the ass to sew on for my poor mom, but I mean, it turned out really well, fit exactly over this pocket, and it's Anthrax. I like Anthrax a lot, especially like the first 3 records a lot. So I was like, all right, you know, classic metal band, got to put that on there. So this one's similar to the Vinland one, where you kind of have to know what it is. Very few people know what this is, but it is a Marilyn Manson thing, and it's a like shock trooper Nazi thing with Mickey Mouse ears. At first I was like, oh, I don't know, you know, it's a Nazi thing or whatever, but I just thought the logo was just so fucking sick, and kind of like the Mickey Mouse fascist kind of comparison, and how it worked with Golden Age of Grotesque. I was like, man, that's just cool. It really works out. I really like that. So that's what I went with, and yeah, you know, I really like it. It's a really cool logo. All right, moving on. So we got the Slayer one. This was kind of like the image that they used for their final tour, and I got it on their final tour the first day. You know, I wore this vest. I saw a whole thing of patches that Slayer had, so I grabbed that, and this just so happened to be one of them, and I was like, boom, perfect spot. I know exactly where to put that, and it went here, and the zombie went on the other side, and it worked out. And I was like, cool, you know. I thought I had 2018 on it. It doesn't. It's just the skull thing, but it's kind of like a rare item, I guess. So I was like, oh, you know, this proves I was at the show. So cool. Moving on, Judas Priest. I fucking love Judas Priest. I got this once again in that little record store patch thing, and this one's canvas. It's like painted on, but it's just the, you know, kind of, I guess it's their logo now. It wasn't always their logo, but yeah, it's just their logo, and I was like, you know, simple, to the point. I like it, so that's just what we decided to do. All right, moving on this little section here. So I got this cattle decapitation one at their show in 2019 after Death Atlas, or like right before Death Atlas came out. So it's just right there, and this perfect, it was like the perfect width to fit in this little spot, because I had Overkill by Motorhead and Saxon here first, and I ordered these online because they're not necessarily my favorite of each band, but I think they just, well, I guess that's not true. Wheels of Steel by Saxon is probably my favorite Saxon record, but Overkill is classic, and I love the fucking I love the album cover. And then I was like, I got to get a Saxon one, and I just wanted an album, so it just kind of worked out on top of each other and whatnot. So yeah, and then we have this little sparkly Burzum one. Burzum's just one of those black metal bands that really helped me get into the genre, and I just always go back to like those first 4 records. They're just really cool. So I was like, all right, I'll get a little tiny one here and just have that fit in there, and yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, moving on to the back here. So this used to be an Alien Weaponry patch, but as time went on, I've just grown to like Mantar more. Sludgy, doom metal-y German duo. And I ordered this patch, and I was like, I just kind of want to replace it. So that's what I did. Mantar. They're pretty sick. And then on this side, this also came from the Ozzy tour. And it's Osmosis. I actually really like this Osmosis record. Thunder Underground, Perry Mason. I'm trying to think of other songs, but yeah, you know, it's actually a really good record. So I was like, yeah, I'll put that on there. And then a Legion, Local Boys, technical death metal. I saw them open up for Rings of Saturn and Necrogoblicon and the Dank Memes tour in 2018, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. And then I just saw this on their website, and I was like, oh, you know, I kind of want to put that somewhere, so I decided to put it right above this Motorhead patch, and it looks just a little bit more filled in, and I like that, so, yeah. And, yeah, this Motorhead one I got with, and that little, record store patch spree thing. I was like, oh, yeah, we'll get the War Pig on there. It's just a simple logo, and I wanted something right above the back patch of a band I really enjoyed, and I was like, Motorhead fucking works, so that's what I did. Alright, so on this side we've got Typo Negative's classic logo here, and then it's got the band name and Brothers in Blood. I really wanted this because I had these two or whatever, and I just needed something right above it, and I was like, I want a Typo Negative patch, and I found this, ordered it, slapped that on there, and yeah, I was like, there we go, Typo Negative patch, sweet. And then I got the Vinland one later, but I was just like, this will just work out perfectly to fit there. And this used to be a Marilyn Manson patch with his face on it, but I just was like, I don't really want this on here anymore. I just don't really like it. And so yeah, I just put a Mortician Darkest Days of Horror. And I think it's kind of an underrated album. There's lots of good shit on there, like Revenge, Mangled, Human Puzzle, The Fog of Death, like all that shit is really fucking good, and high quality patch, and Mortician, the heaviest band in the world, so I was like, all right, gotta put that on there. And then yes, I have a Ghost one. I'm actually really considering taking this off, just because I'm just really not into it or Ghost as much anymore, but I'm thinking of putting a Repulsion one there, but for now it'll just stay there. One of the first patches I got, but kind of, I was like really into Ghost, and I was like, oh, fuck it, we'll get a Ghost patch, so there we go. And we'll kind of go to the other side before we hit at the bottom there. So this one, let me see. Yeah, Creature from the Black Lagoon, obviously a big fan of him and the original horror movie, so I found this at a comic book shop and slapped that on there, and I was like, there we go. And so now I have my two favorite monsters, Creature and Nosferatu, so it works out. Then we have two albums here. Slayer, Show No Mercy, probably, it switches, but Slayer, Show No Mercy, like, that's probably, that's in my top 3 for sure if you see my ranked video, but yeah, that's probably my favorite, and it came from the little pack that I got at the final tour, so I was like, hell yeah, they got my favorite fucking Slayer album on there, and it fits right in here. And then when I saw Sleep, they had a Sciences one. Sciences is a really fucking good record. I think it's the Sleep's best, and it just fit perfectly right in there, and I was like, sweet, now I got a Sleep patch, it all works out. And then the back patch, obviously the creme de la creme. I ordered this from a website that does not exist anymore, but I was really considering, I'm like, okay, what do I want? What do I want to do? And I was thinking between this and Human, but I just think Scream Bloody Gore is the best, like one of the best album covers ever. So I was like, all right, I got to get this. So yeah, really glad I have that as my back patch. It's just so beautiful. It's so majestic. We have below the back patch here, Extinction AD, a thrash band from New York. I saw them with Havoc, and I was like, I need patches for my vest, and they both had patches for sale, so I bought both of these, and I was like, sick, and they're both great bands, so yeah, kind of, it's cool. King Diamond, saw this at a comic book shop once again, and really love King Diamond, especially recently. I've just been really getting into his shit. And so, yeah, had to get that on there. Just the logo. All these are logos, basically. So it's like, all right, we can do that. Then we have this tiny Fangoria one. I got this at the Telluride Horror Fest. And they just had a little Fangoria booth. And, love of horror movies. Got to get a little Fangoria patch. And it's small enough. And, yeah, it works out. And we have the Cradle of Filth logo. Got this one at a comic book shop, too. And I love Cradle of Filth, as you guys know, so that was a no-brainer putting that on there. Moving on. Enslaved. the second logo that they had. Yeah, it's on Eld and Bloodhymn. Is that the name of it? Yeah, on their third and fourth records. So yeah, that was really cool. Getting Enslaved one on there. Obviously one of my favorite black metal bands, so I had to put that on there. And below it we have Behemoth and Hemorrhoidir. I like Hemorrhoidir a lot, and I had to like special order this patch because they have like no fucking merch anywhere. And then Behemoth I've been really getting into a lot lately, especially like the early stuff like Grom and stuff. But yeah, I was really into the Satanist, and I still listen to that album fairly often. So I was like, all right, we'll get a little tiny one, put that on there. Same thing with like Megadeth, you know. And then Vindir, I had a special order this one as well. One of my favorite black metal bands, especially like was it Arntor is really sick, and 1184. I love those two records. So yeah, really cool logo, and I was like, all right, yeah, we can put that on there. Moving on, we got Deicide. Fucking Deicide, they're incredible. So ordered that from Cult Patches, slapped that on there. Came FDM, an industrial band I've been listening to for fucking ever. So I was like, all right, we got to put that on there. So yeah, I think I got this at Twist and Shout, another record store. And then we have Exhumed Gore fucking Metal, definitely a band I've been listening to a lot lately. And this is such a cool patch. Once again, ordered it from Cult Patches 666, and yeah, you know, they really did the logo some serious justice. It looks so sick. And then below that, we've got the only one that I consider somewhat unreadable, not really, is a Devourment there. I saw him in Psycho Vegas, and from then on, I was like, shit, these guys fucking rule. So yeah, had to get them on there too. And it fit perfectly just to complete the back of it. So there you go. There's the entire vest completed, done, ready to go. I might replace the Ghost one with a Repulsion, but until then, that's what we got. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you saw some patches on here from some bands that you like. Maybe you like the design of it. Hopefully, you heard some recommendations of places to go, websites to visit to check it out. Unfortunately, I didn't hear about Pull the Plug patches until after this was done, because I'm sure I would have been ordering a lot more from them had I known. But yeah, this is a really personal thing. This is my absolute favorite article of clothing ever. I wear it all the fucking time, and I'm so glad it's done. I wear it to gigs all the time. I wear it to the record store all the time. I wear it to the bar. I just wear it everywhere. So yeah, really love this vest. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you think the vest is cool too. But yeah, a vest is really unique to the person because you can put so many bands on there, and every vest is different, Not everybody likes the same two bands, so it's pretty cool seeing people's stuff and how they laid it out. It's all different, it's all unique. And it's not like a t-shirt, where it's like, shit, it's only one band. So it can just shows all of your tastes, no matter how diverse and cool they are. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please tell me if, once again, if you had a band on here you liked, a patch on here you liked, a website that was a good suggestion. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of my vest. Do you have a vest? What bands do you have on there? What's your back patch? So on and so forth. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay heavy, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.